So, what is the Green Party vision? What policies do Greens support? And to start this off, I think it's important to kind of have an understanding about what the Green Party is. The Green Party is an eco-socialist, anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist political party and activist organization. Um, and that and is really important, and we'll kind of get more into that when we talk about green organizing strategy. Um, but since 2016, the Green Party has been an explicitly anti-capitalist, eco-socialist party. And when we talk about these policies, we're going to highlight kind of why and how that impacts, our policies and how we differ from the Democratic Party when it comes to these things. The Green Party has two sets of broad values that guide our policy vision. The four pillars are the short ones: social justice, democracy, peace, and ecology. And then we've got the 10 key values, which are kind of broken down a little bit from those four pillars to give a little bit more detail. And those are grassroots democracy, social justice and equal opportunity, ecological wisdom, peace and nonviolence, decentralization, community-based economics, feminism and gender equality, respect for diversity, personal and global responsibility, and future focus and sustainability. Um, and like I said, in the last slide, the Green Party is an anti-capitalist, eco-socialist party. While we only officially put that into the platform in 2016, when you look at these values, when you look at the kind of core foundational pillars of green politics, what you'll find is that we've always been at our heart socialist. Capitalism cannot abide by any of these values. We could do whole workshops, and I have in the past done whole workshops where we dive into these values and why capitalism, these are inherently anti-capitalist values, right? Capitalism is not democratic. It cannot abide by the value of grassroots democracy. Capitalism requires othering and pitting, different demographics and different groups and different classes against each other. It's antithetical to social justice and equal opportunity. Capitalism is antithetical to liberatory organizing, to socialist organizing. One look at our, at least where I am, it is hot and hazy, and you can smell the smoke in the air from the Canadian wildfires. I don't think it is a controversial statement to say that capitalism has no ecological wisdom. Capitalism is the driving force behind climate change, and therefore capitalism cannot abide by our value of ecological wisdom. The same goes for peace and nonviolence. Capitalism is a hierarchical system that demands constant growth in new markets, and that means it demands competition. It creates conflict, it creates war, as major capitalist powers battle for new markets, battle for more access to resources, battle for a control of things on a finite planet. Capitalism is by definition a centralized hierarchical system, so definitely not decentralized. The next green 10 key value is community-based economics. Capitalism is the opposite of that, right? I just said it's a hierarchical system. It's a system that sequesters and hoards as much wealth in the top at the expense of the rest of us. Similar to why capitalism can't abide by justice, social justice, and equal opportunity, the same goes for feminism and gender equality, right? The best capitalism tends to give us in that sense is tokenism. We get female CEOs of Lockheed Martin to run our war machine, and that is progress under capitalism. Capitalism, again, with the not actually respecting diversity, not actually, and being opposed to any kind of liberatory politics and any liberatory movements. definitely doesn't fit in with respect for diversity. Diversity to capitalists is just another tool that they can use, and back to the tokenism and female CEOs, or it's Pride Month. Just go on Twitter, go on Facebook, and look at the the capitalization of Pride Month. Look at the cat, and today or tomorrow is the anniversary of Stonewall, and we're seeing that radical revolutionary moment in history, in that moment in the LGBTQIA plus, movement, being turned into a marketing ploy. Capitalism definitely has no personal or global responsibility at its core. It is about personal hoarding, and exploitation. That is the very the core foundational thing. When I hear things like crony capitalism or corporate capitalism, those are that's just apologetics. Capitalism is exploitative at its core, at its foundational purposes, by definition. It's not an aberration what we're seeing today. It's the design playing out. And then with all of those things that we've talked about, capitalism clearly has no future focus and sustainability in its values. So the Green Party has always been, right, always had a strong anti-capitalist slant, always had a strong socialist slant. So we are not, it shouldn't be surprising to find out that the Green Party of the United States is an eco-socialist, anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist party.